What is happening, fishers? Dean here from Untraceable Fishing, here tonight, once again with Don from Bull Moria Fishing Tackle. And welcome to Tackle Tuesday. This evening, Don, I see we got some nice lighter Okuma Matrix rods on the table, some Bucktails, and some jerk minnows.
Yeah, the Okuma Matrix Rod is what we're going to review tonight, and kind of what we're going to use it for and why. If I'm honest, my initial impressions of the rod, I saw them about 2-3 years back they came out, and I was like, why would I want this?
Feels quite flimsy and
carp-like,
but
whippy,
yeah.
and
very slow action on it.
Compared to what like all the other opposition rods are,
the total opposite.
Yeah, total opposite. So my impressions kind of changed since then.
Yeah,
I think if I look at the YouTubers, the guys fishing KZN in particular, targeting carp, any lure angler. This is a lure angler's rod.
Correct.
Not a bait angler's rod.
No.
In any way. You could possibly get away with it, but I wouldn't highly recommend it. What do you think of them, though? What's your impression?
In my first impression, I enjoyed it, guys. I come from fishing, fish the Pen Allegiance. It's a very similar rod. Similar Legion's a bit harder than this. I like a soft whippy rod, the opposite to what Don and them first. So to me, this is like as good as it gets, in my eyes.
To be honest, I actually do like a whippy rod for certain applications. I use a little 7-foot for my river grunter type fishing for working my walk the dogs and that. So I like a whippy rod for certain uses.
Aspects,
And the Okuma Matrix range is quite an unusual range. It's 8, 10, and 11 foot.
Correct.
And like these two here are rated 3/4 ounce to, I think, there's 3 or 4 ounces. It's quite a big scope of range that they can handle. But I'm not going to hook back in this. I'm going to use it for when I want to work a lure. A lot of us, when we first set up for lure angling, drop shot was it paddle tails. Just paddle tails. Work it out.
Just to retrieve.
Wind it back.
Like a Rapala, getting its own action.
It's got its waggy. All I've got to do is slowly wind. I'm going for carp, but keep it near the bottom. Mix up the retrieve sometimes. No work to be done. It works sometimes, guys. But sometimes fish feel anywhere in the column. Sometimes they respond to something differently.
Some different actions.
Absolutely. And that's where this kind of rod, any lure you've got to
work.
Give it a little tap, whip. Make it dance.
Yeah.
These are rods that make your lures dance. That's why the softer tip is such an awesome action.
Yeah.
Quite unusual eyes as well.
I see that. It's quite a, let's pick one up here for the guys. Let's pick the bottom eye up. You guys can have a look at that.
Yeah, descending right down to
some micro guides.
Typical micro type guide. The idea of that is to just improve the action of the rod.
Yeah.
Make sure there are no hot spots.
Okay.
Quite a few rods are coming out that style nowadays.
I see that.
And
most of your bass stuff's coming out like that.
And the idea of the micro is there's less slap of your brain on the
rod. Yeah.
So it does improve your casting distance a fair bit. You get used to it. The only tricky part comes is getting your knots going through it, which can be a tricky part.
So I'd probably pretty much fish a drop lead on that. I'd try not to put a knot through it if I could.
Yeah. Keep your leader short. Okay, so just to sum up, price-wise, they're pretty good value. They're not the cheapest rods in the market. By no means the most expensive.
Yes.
But to the angler who knows what he's doing and what he's seeking, this is probably one of the best tools for the job. Correct.
Probably the best tool for the job. Yeah.
Probably the best tool for the job. And we're going to talk Bucktail in particular tonight. A big spread of Bucktail,
Yeah, a lot of different companies make Bucktails.
They all do.
Hey? Yeah. I think it's one of the easier lures to pull out.
Yeah, they are. I must admit there are differences. There's Bucktail and Bucktail.
Oh, great. No, yes.
I find some they get tangled in the synthetics very quickly.
Yeah.
Like after a few months, it looks like a bird's nest more than a
like an old used doll.
You pretty much say Bobby's head didn't quite
couldn't make it.
Okay, so we've got a spread of colours here.
Yeah.
Brand, I'm not going to talk too much on because I think we've all got our own favourite brands we like supporting, and they're all largely similar.
Yeah, some imported ones, some locally made ones.
Some are better value, some are, and all pretty good.
Yeah.
Can highly recommend any brand.
Yeah.
Color-wise, we've spoken quite a bit about color, but like your chartreuse and yellow, something like that.
Popular color.
Popular choice. Something with a brownie white works well.
But the olive and white also is good choice.
Your darker colors also can produce very nicely.
I think any color in the right situation is going to going to get you fish.
Yeah, sometimes they are a bit fussy about what color they like. Dirty, murky water, darker colors seem to work. So dull conditions, dull color, bright conditions, bright color. Pretty much standard fare. How you fish bucktails is quite an interesting thing, though, is that, as we said, you've got to work these lures. You can whip it.
Yeah.
So you can literally give it a long whipping type
That's
of feed.
correct, yeah.
The guys who fish swadcops, river down PE, that's a favorite technique for Leary. The Leary love that. They smash on them hard. You can troll them behind the boat and just give them a slow, steady pull. That pulls amazing fish.
I've seen the guys almost rip them on close to the surface.
On top of the water, you can pull it on top of the water. Or what the most common technique, particularly in your estuaries, is literally right on the bottom.
Yeah, the drag and flip.
Drag and twitch, let it drop again. Twitch, let it drop again.
That's my favorite way to fish them.
These things almost behave like a fly with a bit of weight in them. And they've got an amazing action. The incredible thing about them is the range of species you can catch on them.
Almost anything, I think.
Pretty much anything. From spotties to cob to leary to skipjack to sand sharks, gurnard, you name it.
They'll all knock it, 100%.
Size and weight, depending on current to a large degree. I like a 3/8 ounce. I find that casts quite well, and I can feel the action. Too light, like a half or quarter ounce, you've got to go uber light on your rod and reel to actually feel what's going on there. So about a 3/8 is my choice. Heavier than that, I find I've got to work it too hard or too fast sometimes.
Because they get a bit heavy on the arm.
Yeah, the arm gets a bit lame too fast.
I think a nice thing to do when you're fishing bucktails is start off as light as you can possibly fish in that condition.
Yeah.
The lighter the lure, the more results you're going to get.
I don't know 2 ounce if the wind was howling
or you're
trying to get really far in rough conditions.
Yeah, or if you're in a river, a blind river where there's no current and things like that, you can go really light then.
Yeah, then you can, so calmer conditions, lighter, rougher conditions, a bit heavier. It's kind of the gist. Also helps your lure get to the bottom quicker if you want to.
Another tip for you guys, bucktail, you've got to try keep in contact with your rods and your lure as much as you can. Yeah, so try no slack line.
So the twitch, but you're constantly giving a whine during the twitch.
A lot of times you're going to get the fish knocking you on the drop, and you might going to get that bump, and if you're not feeling that, you're not going to know when to pretty much set the hook.
Yeah, and what's cool about these is they're as fishable in the tropical conditions of Mozambique and that, all the way through to the West Coast. Literally, you can use these for shad leather as well.
I know. They might rip your...
They rip your feathers off the
part, but you can replace those,
But they're seriously versatile lures.
And affordable. You don't have to go spend $400 or $500 on a lure.
Nothing is like, I think over $100, eh?
Yeah, 120 is the most expensive one I've seen.
Yeah, but the average is well below $100.
$80.
And every lure angler should have a few in the box.
Correct,
But we're talking specialist, the guy who's going, particularly we're talking cobbies here, huh?
Yeah.
What's better why this instead of a paddle tail?
Well, I think you can fish this variously. I like this. I can drag it through the sand. A paddle tail's got to be moving. This I can keep it dead in a spot for a couple of seconds if I want to.
Yeah, I think when paddle tails work phenomenally well.
Yeah.
When the fish are on the feed.
On the feed, yeah.
Yeah.
This is the teaser.
A little more.
Yeah.
Off-fish.
Yeah.
He's full. He's not as stimulated to strike.
You can almost irritate him with this.
But also the movement. It's a little more natural.
Correct,
it's not just a...
It's more of a wound.
I've never known fish to quite swim like a paddle tail.
Yeah.
These things swim like a fish.
And a wounded fish too, depending on how you retrieve it,
Particularly a drop, eh?
Yeah.
So you do the twitch, and listen, as it drops, it's
yeah. That's where
dying mullets or
most of your pickups are going to come on the drop.
Yeah. And the pickups are solid. You don't get a bump.
You get taken down.
You get taken down nicely.
It feels like you're hitting into a piece of wood sometimes when you on the next pull.
Okay, then moving on to the next side of things.
Yeah.
We've got those, but particularly what's taken off and from the uber lights, ultra light tackle, to is your jerk minnows, which are soft plastics, kind of like a paddle tail. But
without the paddle tail.
Yeah, it's a basic little fork tail, and it flows beautifully in the water. Correct. A little more durable than that, maybe in the rockier conditions than that. But those fish particularly well. I use them in a very similar way I'd use this, I think, because techniques are the same. You get various jig heads. Typically, you choose something like an 1/8 of an ounce, 1/4 of an ounce. Obviously, matching your jig head to the size rod you've got. So you need to balance it nicely.
And your jig head also to the size lure you're fishing as well.
Yeah. And I don't like tiny hooks. No. I think a number 1 or 1/0 is as small as I'd go. We actually want to catch proper fish with these. A lot of guys will use the tiny ones, 2-inch ones, and they're catching little blacktail and they're proud of it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say, but even ultralight tackle, you can catch big blacktail.
Yeah, you can catch a 2 kg blacktail.
I want a hook that can hold it. So I don't want a hook that's going to straighten on me. So regardless of brand, I know the Mad Mullets are particularly popular, but we've got Owner, we've got BKKs. There are quite a few various ones there, which is going pretty well. And they come in with your favorite pedal tail colors you can also find in jerk minnow
Identical,
colors.
correct. The nice thing about a jerk minnow also, if you do read, you can get weedless as well. If you're fishing a bit of a more of a rocky area.
You could, but most of the time the guys use jiggers. They find that works better for that lift and drop technique. And more natural colors. I know this is taken off very strongly in KZN. You guys love catching your shad, Carantine, Bucktail. It's a good way of having a quick session.
Yeah.
Go for half an hour.
Clean hands.
Clean hands, no smell, quick flick.
Before work, you're not smelling like bait and you can get a couple of casts in.
So, awesome range. I must admit, as a general lure caster, the Matrix is a good rod.
Yeah.
For bucktail and jerk minnow fishing, it's a fantastic rod.
Yes.
So, in this application, certainly very good. And from then, I'd give it a 5 out of 5.
No, 100%. I'm eager to get, I said actually probably going to get one of these because Bucktail was out and out my favorite lure to fish.
Yeah, which we spoke about earlier, my choice would be the 10 foot.
Yeah.
I think the 8 foot's a hint stiff. The 10 foot's the way to go.
I like the 11. We don't have one on the table yet. Yeah. That's my preference.
I'm going to be tired to be too quickly, my opinion. Okay, and I think that kind of wraps up the rod, but I see we've got some caps here as well. Tell us about the caps.
Yeah, so what's new, guys? So every week we got a new segment. What's new? Okuma have brought out these really cool caps. I've decided to wear the pink one tonight. I'm not going to take it off. I don't want to show you my bald head, so I'll show you one there, guys. Listen, I wear a lot of caps, as you all know, because I am bald. So I wear a lot of caps, guys, and this is probably, besides it looking super funky and cool, they come in a range of colors. I see Don's got the...
No, I'm not quite bald, but I'm a bit grey. So.
The one, like an oily, I don't know if you call it oil skin color.
Olive, I'd call it, eh?
Olive, yeah.
What I dig about the range is quite a few of them, like the brown one and this one, are full on cotton. Yeah. 100% cotton.
And super comfortable.
Nice little adjustable strap in this. The perforation, some of us guys don't dig that because it's like, our hair gets stuck through it and we get sunburned through it. But these are super comfortable caps and highly affordable, and they look like it, guys. They're nice and light and comfy.
And an assortment of colors. So like your more natural colors, like as Don's got there.
Yeah.
You got your blacks and your blues. And if you want to go a bit more funky, purple.
And they're not quite as
pink,
they're not quite as trucker as usual. They're nice and close to the skull.
Extremely comfortable, guys.
I quite dig that. So highly recommend it.
Yeah.
So again, well done, Okuma. Some lacquer products, and hopefully you guys keep on lure casting.
What is happening, Don? I heard via the grapevine that at the end of July, is it?
End of July. Look, we had a Monster Shad comp a little while ago.
A very successful one.
And the guys enjoyed it, and the gears was awesome. So we decided to do another national comp.
National again, once again. National, I like that.
Anywhere in South Africa, the whole coastline. A lot of guys said they can't always catch shad where they are.
Yeah.
So we've opened this up to 10 species.
10 different species.
10 species.
So no matter where you are, you've got no excuse for not catching a fish.
Yeah, you can't
Come
say...
on, guys, 10 species.
You can't say there's no shad in the Western Cape in winter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I'm sure there's a Larry or a pig nose or something they can catch.
Yeah, no, for sure. So we're talking about reggies and bronze whalers, which are your prime shark species. So all your shark boys,
get excited, get up.
Get for that. Then your prime edible species. We're talking about cob, pig nose, mussel cracker, silver, leerie, shad, a little bream like a blacktail, bluefish, and galjoen.
Okay, guys, that pretty much covers, I think, every targeted species in the country.
Every man's favorite
the top 10.
Every man's favorite fish.
The top 10.
And we're swinging things totally on the head this time. The prizes for the catch
of each species
will be at a cool tackle bundle. Like the shark one will have shark-related tackle in there.
Maybe some monster circles
and
or something like
one
that.
Will have lures, etc. Okay. So it's going to be cool prizes. At least 30,000 value. We're still finalising and dotting the T's.
Fantastic.
30,000 plus value on that. Yeah. And then we're also throwing in the skins.
So, is that for everyone?
Yeah, everyone that enters.
Yes.
Basically, $50 of your entry fee will get thrown into a pot.
Okay.
And
catch a fish, don't catch a fish.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Nice.
Doesn't matter if you catch a fish or not. And out of that pot, 10 oaks will be evenly winners. Yes. Ladies included as well.
Nice.
So
there's some cash money even if you don't catch a fish.
10 grand in the pot, $1,000 each. If there's 100K in the pot, 10 grand each. So a nice fair one.
I like
Share
that.
with your mates, get the spirit going. Watch this space. Details are coming out really, really soon.
Awesome, guys. End of July, somewhere around there. The dates and stuff will follow shortly.
Last weekend in July.
Last week in July. There we go. So it's signed, sealed, and delivered, guys. Stay tuned. This is going to be an awesome one. Till next time, cheers.
Cheers.